it's Renee from 9V Florida Panhandle. Welcome back to my channel. So today is part 2 of what I started yesterday, and that is prepping the moving of 2 drift roses, maybe 4, because I think there might be some red ones in there too somewhere. So let me go ahead and talk to you about what we're going to be doing today. All right, so for today, this area here and this area here I cleared out. There is a very large plant that was here that I have cut down. Maybe it won't come back, but it's hard to say if it will or not. And then there were a lot of cast iron plants and lilies in here. And you can see where I cut back on the lilies, they've already started growing, which is good because they get scale really bad. But I was going to put 1 rose there and 1 rose there. Drift roses do not grow 2 by 3 foot here. They're more like 4 by 6 foot. So I think that would be really good to put here. But the first thing I have to do is I have to see if the soil is soft enough where I can dig into it, or if I'm going to be running into all these roots from the cast iron plants. We'll have to see. And then if it's not great, I have here behind me all this soil that I mixed up. So I may be, if I can get a couple of inches down, that would be great. If I can't get a couple of inches down, we may be planting up. So we're gonna have to just see where we're at. Let's do that. Here we go. Let's give this a whirl. Got my gloves on. Hopefully there's no rose thorns in there, because sometimes there are. And then I like to plant it a little closer than against the wall, just because I know that they are going to get a lot bigger. They're going to fill up the space behind it, no problem. So, and actually, the soil is not awful. I mean, it's pretty sandy. I'll show you in a minute. And I can kind of go down, thank goodness for this trenching shovel. Problem is I'm not 100% sure on how big those rose root structures are going to be. I guess they're as big as I make them. All right, let's do this a little bit faster, shall we? probably only a couple inches deep, but I think you can see there's a lot of sand in our area. So this one was a little bit better, but you can see too where I started digging a little deeper, and it was definitely more sandy. But hopefully their roots won't run terribly deep, and this does get sprinkled water with their irrigation system. So now I'm going to add in some amendment, mix it in with the natural soil that's already there, and then I'll water it in really good, and then it's time to start digging again, but this time for roses. And by the way, it is, you gotta take time and really appreciate nature. And my sweet olive is blooming up a storm right now, and it smells amazing. And on the way up, let me show you what I saw. Look at this Japanese maple. Isn't it glorious? This is radiant. So this was a gift from my uncle before he passed away. And then as I was walking back, look at Emmett's pumpkin here. That color, oh, it is just so gorgeous. It is such a worthwhile Japanese maple to get, let me tell you. And it grows well here in Florida. The lantana is still blooming up a storm. Look how amazing those are. Don't look at the grass that's growing between them. That is Florida grass. If you live in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. And then these are some of my proven winners roses right here. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? This is the Senorita. This is the At Last. Hasn't performed quite as well as the Senorita has. Don't look at this poor little baby. That's my Princess Charlene of Demonico. But wow, look at this Senorita here. Woo. It is more colorful than the pictures are online, let me tell you. It is loving its life. All right, let me go ahead and get back to some dirt, and then we'll get some digging done. One rose down, a small one, and a couple of big ones to go. So this is my husband Mark. Hello. And he helped me get the big ones out of the ground. So here we go. There's Shishi, he was supervising. Yep, he's construction supervisor. So there's the two big roses, and then I got the smaller ones out on camera. And I feel like my Japanese maples can breathe again. That is until I put in my David Austins around where these pots are currently. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move them to the front yard. All right, now for the fun part. It's always the fun part, planting, isn't it? It just seems like there can't be enough of that stuff, right, as a gardener? All right, so I'm thinking with the red roses that I'm gonna put one right here and one right here. They're pretty small and they'll be forward more. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think there's enough room over there because of all the lilies that are growing. And I kind of want to keep those, they're nice. And there's no lilies over here, but I could easily rectify that by digging some up and putting some over there, that's for sure. All right, so I dug up a couple of lilies, incredibly difficult, forgotten how hard they were. Now we're just gonna put them in the soil and call this job done. I got those in the ground, but then I got too tired to say, bye y'all. I hope you get to make something beautiful today. See you in the next one.